I'm late for gym. But yeah, topic of the day. So everything is your fault. Everything is your fault. The way your life is, it's your fault. If things are going good, it's your fault. If things are going bad, that is also your fault. Now, within that, people think they're very self-aware because they can see all the mistakes in life that they've made. However, if you don't take accountability and you can't see your strengths and the things that you've done well, you're not very self-aware, because you can't have one piece of the cake and not have the other. Yeah? You have to take accountability for everything. Now, aside putting that aside, everything that you do in life has to be intentional, because nothing good happens by accident, right? And I say that because as much as people say some people's success is down to luck. Now, I'm not a believer in luck to an extent, or at least not to the literal definition of it. Luck is consistent. For me, luck is consistency and preparation meets opportunity. So a lot of people get lucky and they haven't prepared, right? So whereby a lot of people have opportunities, they haven't prepared, and it doesn't go well for them. It's a wasted opportunity, it's squandered. Prime example would be, let's say for example, you are a footballer and you're in a park and you're just playing for your school, right? And let's say there's a scout there. Now, there's probably 20 players on the pitch that haven't prepared. It's lucky, it's very fortunate the scout just wanted to be there. He might even have been there to watch his son. His son just plays recreationally, right? Now, there might be 1 or 2 players the scout sees in the team who's like, oh, this lad's got something, because they've prepared, they've done the work, they're good players. Now, some might say, oh, you're lucky that scout turned up, whatever, etc, etc. But let's say he wasn't there. They might go to another place now and have the same opportunity. But if they haven't prepared, you're not going to be able to capitalize on the opportunity. So that's important. That's very important. So always be prepared. There's a saying, it says if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's facts. That's something I've learned. Back to the intent thing. Everything in your life has to be intentional. So I believe everything is by design. So the way your life is, it's by design. It's because you intended to be that way, whereby whether you planned or you didn't. I think a man without a plan is going nowhere. He's lost. Very, very lost. You need to have goals. You need to know how to set targets, and you need to know how to break them down into smaller achievable goals in order so you can feel and see progression. Because we need constant feedback as humans, as people. You need constant feedback in order to actually progress and be consistent. Because as much as we say called delayed gratification, the average person, the normal person, can't have delayed gratification for that long. And I think what makes someone exceptional is the small details, the small things. How long can you go without seeing progress? That's something you should probably ask yourself. And I don't think either way is bad, because progress is progress. You could go a long time without seeing progress, and that could be great. But then also, for that person, you can fall into the delusion of you've gone a long time and you've not progressed, you've not seen progress. So how do you know your idea works? How do you know what you're doing is working? So for me, personally, I don't know what it is for you guys, but I like to see progress. I like to make incremental progressions, so I can actually see the growth and see that my idea works and see, etc. An example of that could be weight loss. Let's say, for example, you could be 95 kg. You want to get down to 82. If you're stepping on the scale all the time and you're not seeing progress, how likely are you to keep up with that program? My bet is you wouldn't. And then on top of that, you probably shouldn't, because whatever you're doing, it's not working. So constant analysis, constant feedback sessions. I think about what I'm doing all the time. I analyze what I'm doing all the time. A perfect day to analyze what you're doing is payday. When you get paid, you allocate all your resources. Yeah, this is another thing. Where someone spends their time and they spend their money is what shows what they care about. Where a person spends their time and spends their money, it shows what they care about. If someone spends money on their mum, they spend time with their mum, they care about their mum. If someone says to me, oh yeah, I got a girlfriend, I say, oh yeah, cool, how long do you spend with her? Like a week? Oh, an hour? Come on, bro, he don't love you, Mary, he don't love you. It's the same with money, right? And it's not to say that if you don't have one or the other, like it's you don't care or whatever, but I personally believe where a person spends their time and money shows exactly what the fuck they care about. So if you spend £200 on clothes £120 a month on your gym membership, I don't really think you give a fuck about your health. That's my opinion. But then you could say to me, yeah, cool, I only spend £20 a month on my gym, but I train 6 times a day, 3 hours a day. Right? So there's balance, but time. Sorry, I can't see my reversing camera. Yeah, money. No, what's the word? Yeah, money is like time captured in a tangible asset. Even though I don't believe in money and stuff, but there's value in money because you can buy time, you can buy things, you can buy resources, right? And I think ultimately when things come full circle, when you pay for something, it's just shortening the time required for you to obtain something. So for example, if you wanted a t-shirt, you either have to make it or you can buy it. So someone's had to make the t-shirt. Let's say it took them 4 hours. You're paying for the labor, you're paying for the distribution. All of that comes into the final price, what we see in the shops, right? With a bit on top for the profit for the company. So when you're buying something, I just see everything as time. I don't believe there's really much else that we have in life other than time. So I think how someone spends their time is very fucking important. So if you're spending your time sitting about, and again, it comes down to what I said the other day. If you're fat and you don't spend your time trying to improve your life, and you spend your money on just you relentlessly eating, and you're not training, you're not spending your time on the right things, I just think that's how you want to be. And I don't think that you will change until you make the change. Yeah. What else did I want to say? I'll probably even say, so the way I kind of live my life now, I try to be as intentional as possible, and it's very important that your words match your actions. That's when you're dealing with people, but then also for yourself. Because if you say things to yourself and you don't act in accordance to what you've said, you lose trust and confidence in yourself. And then all of a sudden you'll see the change in your world, in your reality, because you don't even trust yourself. So how can they trust you? How can a person trust you if you don't trust yourself? That's important. So the way to build confidence and build trust with yourself is saying, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week this week. And you actually go. And then you need to do that consistently, because more time to build something of value, it takes a very long time. But you can lose something that you've taken years to build in a couple minutes. It really don't take much. It really doesn't take much to destroy something of value, but to create it takes a long time. And that's why I think a lot of people don't actually have things. A lot of people don't have things worthwhile, worth having. That's relationships, that could be anything tangible, it could be anything, even trust with themselves. It takes a long time. And I don't think people are intentional, I don't think people are consistent, I don't think people do what they say they're gonna do. I think it's really easy to be successful in terms of the actions. I think the difficult part is the consistency, and that's at least for me, because I have ideas that I know would work, I know how to make money, etc. Now it's just a case of the consistency, and consistency is boring. It's doing the same things every single day, but it needs to be done. And that's something that I've seen obviously through the people in my circle, and also just anecdotes and things from my own life. So that's something I kind of wanted to say. And then I guess the last thing is just like, discipline. They say it all the time on the pod and stuff, but discipline and how important it is. What is discipline? So I think Mike Tyson said, discipline is doing something you hate but doing it like you love it. Gym for me is boring. I hate the gym, it's crap, but it's a necessary evil because I want other things, right? So I can't have that without going to the gym. And I think health and fitness is, in my life, I found ways to manipulate and shape the world into be what I need it to be. But I think with health and fitness, it's probably the one obstacle that I can't get around. No one can do the work for me. With everything else, there's ways, right? It's funny. I was thinking the other day, like, I filmed some content and some pods and stuff the other day, and I think it was Danielle. She mentioned manipulation isn't necessarily good or bad, right? I'm a manipulator of people, of time, of my environment, of everything. I'm a manipulator. I want to speak about that one day, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, for the man them, yeah, be intentional, be disciplined, do what you say you're gonna do. So if you're gonna go to the gym, if you say you're gonna go to the gym, go gym. If you say you're gonna meet a girl or do something for your missus, actually do it. Because a lot of the time, that's where respect comes from. You say something, you're gonna do it. Without action, words are useless. So I don't listen to what people say. I watch what they do, because that will tell you all the truth that you need to know. And I always say, ask no questions, hear no lies. Yeah, or something like that. Everything I say is a bit twanged up, but yeah, because in conversation people can easily lie to you and you can be deceived, but via action, by watching what someone's done or they're going to do, you can't lie. Are you gonna go to the shop? Yeah, I'm going to the shop. Did they go to the shop? No. So now you're a liar. And it can be as trivial as that, but it's important, man.